Well, hey, everybody, welcome back to the Home Nest Property Management podcast. I'm Alice Lema. I'm the owner and principal broker of Home Nest Property Management, as well as Home and Land Real Estate. And today we're going to talk about 3 reasons why you do want to provide washer, dryer, and refrigerator in your rentals, even though that sounds expensive. So the first reason is the marketability. You're going to have an easier time putting your rental on the market and getting inquiries, showings, and applications because it's turnkey. So a lot of landlords who have, especially if they've been in the business for a while, they're not used to this because it used to be tenants had their own stuff, but that's not the case anymore. And we can go into the reasons why, but as a landlord myself and the owner of Home Nest Property Management, we can see that the marketability of the property, the rental property, is easier and you get applications faster if it's turnkey, move-in ready, clean, washer, dryer, refrigerator provided. You also get higher rent. We've noticed that the units that, and there's very few anymore, but there's enough units that do not provide these appliances. And we notice the amount of rent, we have to start lowering it to attract reasonable tenants. So you get faster applications, higher rent. And then one of my favorites is it's easier on the building if tenants are not moving these big appliances in and out of your property. We can put in writing when they sign their rental agreement. We could tell them, to blanket the doorways or be extra careful or hire professionals or whatever you want. But when it comes down to it, you go back through and you can tell they dinged the stuff up because they were going in and out. And actually, I want to throw in a fourth. This will be the bonus reason for providing them yourself is tenants these days are not as affluent as they used to be, meaning their income to debt ratios are higher. And also, they're not always capable of going and spending another $1,500 to $3,000 for appliances, and they just don't have the money. So it's a little harder for tenants these days. We also ask a lot higher deposits in proportion to the rent than we ever used to. And that is a good practice and probably something we should have done years and years ago. But the tenants are being asked to have better credit ratings than they used to, more money for deposit, and they're paying higher rent. So it just behooves us as landlords to provide the refrigerator, the washers and dryers. And they don't have to be the fanciest. In fact, it's better if they're not the super high-tech fancy washers, dryers, and refrigerators, because if and when they do break, they're easier to get repaired. There's fewer moving parts, fewer electronics. So go for reliable, lower end, less fancy appliances, but do consider putting washers, dryers, and refrigerators in your rental unit. And in the meantime, give me a call, give me a text. I want to be your property manager. If you're interested in expanding your portfolio, we can help you with that. If you want to divest of your portfolio, we can help you with that. The market's, the purchase and resale market is kind of flat right now. So it's not a bad time if you want to go shopping for more units. It's also not a terrible time to sell. But give me a call, give me a text if you have units you would like managed. We're great. We're small, very hands-on, easy to get a hold of. And my number is 541-301-7980. That's 541-301-7980. Want to be your property manager. So give me a call, give me a text. And like and subscribe to this channel. If you find it helpful, let me know. We're very data-driven and educational based. So like and subscribe and send it to a friend. See you next time. Bye, folks.